So, so last night, it was still very cold, obviously, but it felt like a windstorm came through, and um, in the tents, we could just hear it ruffling, and we could hear everything just shaking. We could feel it shaking, but I just thought it was a windstorm, and in my head, I was like, "Oh, this is quite a windstorm." Like, we're in this structure that's of straw and wood, like the Three Little Pigs, and we're gonna get blown away. I was just kind of making jokes in my head, but when I woke up this morning, I realized that it was a snowstorm and that we might be in a pretty bad situation right now. And I'm very scared right now. I'm terrified actually because we still have to get out of here. And when I got up and I looked around at the mountains, everything is just covered in snow. And it's going to be slippery. And it's not going to be good for my dad because he's usually riding the horse, but the horse is still climbing up and down the mountain. So I'm very worried about if the horse is going to be able to do it or not. We didn't expect this weather. I don't think that the tour company expected this weather either. But now here we are. Um, and I'm just in my tent this morning before anybody else is up. I'm just going to wait to see what the guide says. But this is not a good situation, I can already tell. Praying a lot. I'm just keep praying, Lord, please protect us, because I'm very scared right now. So I just talked to our guide, and I just told him I'm just ready to go. I just really want to leave. I don't care about finishing the rest of the trek. I just care about getting home to my babies and my family. And I'm I want my dad to get home safely, and I just really want to go. I got out of this experience what I wanted to get, but at a certain point, you have to put your safety before anything else. I don't care that we paid for the rest of the trip or any of that stuff. I just want to get home safely to my family. So made the decision to cut it short and to start heading back down. And it's still going to be a challenge, but at least we'll be out of this snowstorm. Right now, I'm about to go tell Dad about my decision and see what his response will be. I feel like he won't protest too much. So you can see everything around me. Now it's covered in snow. Last night it was just all pretty much dirt and rock. And there's still a beauty to it. But there's also a danger to it that I recognize. So, abandoned ship. We're gonna call it a wrap on this one. Oh, almost fell. Behind me, right here, is called the Asangate Glacier, and it's actually the highest peak in Cusco. It's actually higher than Kilimanjaro. It is 23,000 feet, so quite a bit higher than Kilimanjaro. We won't be climbing that, obviously, but it is quite a sight. I did tell Dad about the decision this morning, and he was relieved. I think that he would have preferred that, but he didn't want to take away the experience from me. So we've just kind of been looking out for each other, trying to make sure that each other is able to do this and able to enjoy it. I've learned quite a bit on this trip, personally, and also, about my dad. He's a brave, brave man to even come out here in the first place and try to have this experience at his age, because I know it was a struggle, but every day, he was still smiling and he was still being a good sport about it, and nothing has changed. when I told him, what I wanted to do, he said, "Oh, that's great. Did you think I was going to be disappointed? I'm going to get us the best hotel in Cusco that we can, and we're going to go back and relax." And so he's excited about that, and so am I. But it's been a great trip. We've gotten everything out of it that we came here to get, and we're going to be able to go back and always know that we had this experience together, and we'll be able to have some stories to tell. Oh, and last thing, I know that we made the right decision because this morning there was an avalanche, and I didn't know it was an avalanche. It sounded like thunder to me, but because it had been storming, I just thought, oh, it's thunder. But the guide told me that it was actually an avalanche, so yes, it is time to get out of here. Oh, we finally made it to where we're going to end our hike, and it started hailing really badly, as you can see. Ouch. The weather got really worse than it was before, so I'm convinced that we made a really good decision not to continue the hike, but we really only cut it one day short, and we are back here in the this little hut having lunch, and we're just waiting for the van to come and get us. Our cook, our chef, actually walked 19 miles to where he could get a signal, to where he could call and tell the tour guide company that we needed a van early. And we didn't realize he was doing all that, otherwise we might have just stuck it out another night, but we're going to make sure that we definitely compensate him for that, because that was quite amazing of him. And then when we got here, lunch was still ready somehow, so I think the team just kind of covered for each other and made sure that everything was still good for us. I cannot say enough about Flashpacker. Like they took care of us even when we changed the plan. They made sure that that we were taken care of, and I can't say enough. When you go on these kind of tours, you really do put your life in someone's hands that you don't even know, you've never met, and they take that very seriously, and you just can't ask for more. So even though I'm out here in the hail, my tears are happy tears, because we're here and now we're going to be going back to Cusco to finish out the rest of our trip.